You know what's crazy? Apparently, Bill Clinton, the guy in the Epstein files and also former president of the United States, came out to call out to Trump to release all the Epstein files. That is such a power move. I can't even explain on how funny that is to me. Like he's like, yeah, I may be guilty, but you know who's more guilty? And it's find it so fascinating that Bill Clinton, the guy himself, would go out to say that to the world. Now, on the tracking of the Epstein files and how most of them are blurred and censored, all that, apparently people have also found through other ways that there was more files that could be seen and all that type of stuff. And I'm not a big Trump supporter. I used to support him. Boo. Now he just boo. Hate that guy. I feel like on his first term he was kind of alright, not amazing, like not at all. I definitely think Biden was still a little bit better than Trump, just by slightly, because it feels like Trump does a lot more, but doing a lot more means there'd be a lot more stuff that no one's gonna like. And Biden didn't do a lot in the public's eye, so it didn't matter that much. Now it just feels like Trump's just being a fucking tyrant. I'm not even going to lie. Boo on that orange guy. Boo. Don't like him. But this is a very huge but. This is my only reason why I like Trump. And it is by the fact that he's funny. That is literally the only reason. Without that funny, haha, screw all of you guys, that's funny. The fact that he puts that into his politics and actually uses that as not just a way of saying it, but also another way of actually enforcing that out through the government's eye and saying, screw everyone who's not me, is a terrible thing to do. And we can all agree on that. It is a terrible thing to put yourself before your country and the people who support you. You want to hurt everyone instead of rich people. No, it doesn't matter if you're a liberal, Republican, or anything like that. We all gotta agree. Trump is quite a terrible president now. In his first term, doesn't matter which side you were on. I grew up with him as my president, and I had to admit, I didn't feel any difference between him being around. I just like the meme where it's like, we gotta build a wall. And then now I started to look back at it, I just started to realize how stupid those memes were. We have to build a wall. I didn't laugh at them because they were actually funny. I laughed at it because I knew the guy who was doing it was stupid. Guess I never really realized that until later. And the entire idea of where Republicans or MAGA supporters would go onto a bunch of comment sections and post that one image of a soldier saying incoming liberal crap. I saw one where it was about talking about Trump on a pro-Trump news. So I got Chinese food. That's pretty cool. But that's what I was saying, is that I'm pretty sure I was talking about the whole Republicans just saying anything at the point, or MAGA supporters. Honestly, no, it's not even Republicans, it's just MAGA supporters. MAGA supporters will go into comments and just incoming liberal crap. Woo! And it's in an actual pro-Trump news source, which makes me go, yeah, they don't know what they're talking about anymore. I remember seeing one where it's Trump did this, and it's something terrible, but then at the end, they're still talking about how good he is no matter what. And it's just okay, yeah, keep sucking. But then they'll just continue to go, boo, you don't support this one thing he did, even though they are. It's alright, now you've lost the plot. You've lost the plot. And it doesn't make sense to the entire idea of having two political parties, really, besides to just have a main side, really. And it's just to segregate people into a different group of people, because either you're telling me I'm supporting someone who I don't really like, or I'm supporting another person who wants to do the most outrageous shit. I'm not a liberal, I'm not a Republican, because honestly I think both sides suck. I think the Green Party is probably one of the most authentic people there. Unfortunately, they'll never have a voice out in any type of office because of the fact that people disliked it, so they tried to push them out of the race because they almost lost to the Green Party once. So they just made sure the Green Party never got a voice again, which makes me go, you know what? If I was in office, I would let them speak because everyone should have a chance. Everyone should have a chance. As I remember talking to someone, I was like, if there was, we had to make it at some range where after like 100,000 people like supported your campaign, then you can go up there and talk, if that makes sense. Like enough people, like a good handful to where this is a handful, this is the entire bunch. You know what I mean? Like having at least a small amount of people be able to support one person and that person get up there and talk about the stuff they believe in can put more people into what they're saying. But they don't like that. They don't like it, so they rigged that. Whoa. I don't like people going against me. I want the power, not that person. So really, in the end, there's only two political parties, which is honestly a terrible thing to have. Because one side hates the other, and the other side hates the other, while also going for a gooder thing. I'm talking about liberals won the second that they said right there. Because I just don't understand the entire idea of it. Like, it's either you get someone who you don't like, or you get someone who you don't like. You can't have anyone in the middle that you do like. Because this is the spectrum that I usually saw it in. Here is the liberals on the side of slavery's okay. Here's the Republican side on let's remove slavery. Now, slowly over time, those things changed. Now, at some point, they were both near the middle. They were both like, you know what? We got like a similar idea and stuff like that. We just gotta see what the people like. Then, more people started funneling into one, which would be the Republicans, where they started to go more and more radical. And the liberals kind of stayed in the same area. Now, the Republicans are all the way over here, and the liberals are all over here. Now, the liberals are more closer to the middle because they have more general beliefs that people like. And then the Green Party is still in that middle area. They have more of the people's voice instead of just one person who just wants to do this thing for their party. They don't really care about mostly anyone else. Having one person who cares about both parties is a lot better. Anyways, I don't know why I talked about that. But yeah, if you've seen through time, liberals are really Republicans and Republicans are really liberals in the entire situation because how the party started changed significantly. Like, almost every liberal was a racist, but now it's the opposite and they're all like accepting of everyone and the Republicans are racist. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, censoring media in general as well is also not a really great thing. And I don't know why they really want to break down on that. Boo! We don't like kids watching this stuff. Okay, understandable. We're going to put ID scanners on there. No. Just like, why don't we have like those really hard math questions? Or like something else that they probably won't know. Or maybe like, hey, what's your PIN? What's your PIN number? You know, something else. Something else besides an ID or something that can just say, this is who I am, this is all my personal information. How about something else? Maybe one account per, like, house or something like that. Oh, like, this is my address. Like, as if it's only one person's address and they got your name, that's it. Okay. Because it's not just you, by the way. There's going to be, like, millions of other people's addresses on there as well. Like I said, oh yeah, one account per household. That makes a lot more sense than just show us your face and give us basically all your personal information. 'Cause it'd be very, like, worse way of doing it in type of idea, but same point. If you have a different way than ID system, it'll be a lot better, is what I'm saying. And just getting back to politics and the Epstein files, what do they think we are, dumb? Because, I mean, we're looking for this. This is the thing we really, really want. And then they're like, this is what we have. We got nothing else. You got 2.8 gigabytes that you showed us. You have over 1,000. Show us over the 1,000 mark, okay? We don't want the 2.8. We want all. Because they have it, but they refuse to show us. But, I mean, they now are, but it's not a lot. Like, it's very little. And also the search bar also doesn't work. So people will just go, oh, I put Donald Trump in there and it didn't work. So If it says 0 on there, yeah, guess what? If you also put Epstein in there, it would also say 0. So yeah, you're most likely wrong. And it just doesn't make a lot of sense why people would want to defend the pedos in the situation. Like, if you like, oh, here's their signature, I'm not gonna block that. That makes sense. Keep the name on there for who it's about. Maybe put it like over it, like write it to the side. But like, this is who this person is. We're not gonna show you their signature. We're not gonna show you like their address, their bank account information or anything like that. That makes sense. Censoring the name doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. Like, censoring the victims' names would make a lot more sense as well than censoring the offenders. Like, if there was a sex offender, you might want to know who their name is instead of just going, oh, we don't got their picture, we don't got their name, but we could tell you a description of them. They have brown hair, tall, unattractive to some. What does that mean? I would have to find an average-looking Joe on the street. That guy's got black hair. That guy's got brown hair. Brown, blonde, brown, brown, brown. Okay, yeah, just mostly brown. Yeah, I'm not gonna get much from that. I know. Actually, you know what? Predator and a sex offender is basically the same thing. All right. So yeah. So, like, you can't just give a description of the person and be like, oh, well, this person said this thing at this one time, so that's enough information to tell who the sex offender is. No, it won't. It will not give us basically any information because you are censoring that person and they'll continue to do harm. Or they're not because they want to stay low, but you get the point. They're going to come out eventually, and hopefully when we do see the names, I'm hoping for one person is not on there, and it's got to be my little guy over here named Blue's Clues, my favorite guy out there. I could care less about literally any other celebrity except Bo Burnham. I like Bo Burnham, and if he's on that list and he actually did do something bad, I'm gonna feel fucking hurt. I'm gonna be hurt out of my mind. I'll go, damn. Well, that's the final nail in the coffin. Because, I mean, Michael Jackson, hearing if he did anything bad, it wouldn't hurt me that much. Same thing with Eminem. He's been more of a sellout recently. Same thing with Snoop Dogg. It feels like those two are just now going into their, like, I don't care what happens. I just want money. And also, I'm old. It feels like Eminem, like, a lot younger. He was, even when he's still a father. But when he was younger, I would say, like, around his, like, 40s or something like that, it felt like he was still the same. Just like, I have more responsibilities now. And now it feels like, $50 to get into that game? I'll do it. Or like, oh, that person is using my image in a wrong way I don't like. And AKA, it doesn't actually say my name or anything like that. I'm going to sue them. I'm going to tell them to tear it down. Like, there was something called, like, it's like, I know it's like, it's based on Sandy, I think it was Sandy, like, Shady, I know it was based on the name Slim Shady, and I think it was, like, Beach Shady or something like that, so it was based off Slim Shady's name, of course, and it was a parody of the name. And apparently they really disliked that being used in that way for a beach, which I was like, what are they doing? What are they doing? Maybe in the future they did like a really terrible thing that they could sue for defamation in some possible way because it's connected to your name in some type of way. But besides that, it just feels like these really popular people, I don't understand what's up with them recently. Like, it feels like I just smoked like a huge blunt, and then the moment I went online, I just see a bunch of celebrities just going absolutely haywire on people, especially normal day people. It makes no sense. Same thing with the Epstein files. Why are they defending them so hard? Who cares who's on the files? Show us. I agree with Bill Clinton, and that is something I thought I would never say. I agree with Bill Clinton. Release the files, dog. It's just, wow. It doesn't make... Because the moment you say, like, oh, this person's not on it. Donald Trump on there? No, he's not on there. I promise. We censored over, like, 80% of it, though. But, yeah, trust us, guys. He's not on it. That doesn't make me believe that he's not on it. That makes me believe more that he's on it. And that you're just censoring it. Yeah, dog, he's not on it. I swear. Then why are you censoring all of it? That doesn't make me believe it's not. As I said before, I know people believe that too. Because, like, if you told me, like, with complete certainty that one famous person was not on there, like Elon Musk or something like that, and then he would show me the files completely uncensored, and I didn't see his name on there, I would go, damn. Huh, I guess I was wrong. I definitely think someone like him would be on it. But if you censored over half of that, and you still told me that the same thing, I would say I don't believe you because I don't see that they're uncensored. No matter what, if it's censored in any way that doesn't hide like actual important sensitive information, then I'm not gonna believe that that guy's not on there or that girl's not on there. I'm really hoping it's not just all men on there, or else it's just gonna seem worse for men on that point. And I honestly, at that point, shit. I'm hoping there is one celebrity that I hope is on there, which I know that sounds like a really fucked up thing to say, but at the same time, I'm really hoping Ellen DeGrasse? I don't remember. She has the Ellen show. I hope that she's on there, because she seems like someone who would be on there. I'm hoping not Michael Jackson, but he probably is because we saw him in the photos and stuff like that. But besides that, what was Epstein into? Because he had a picture of Bill Clinton in a dress hanged up on his wall. What is Epstein insane with men being gay while not being gay himself? Well, I don't mean like gay men, obviously, but I mean like men acting gay or looking gay. Like that whole like thing like that. Like if I saw a guy wearing a dress and then he decided to pose for me on a couch and then let me take a picture, that is some gay shit. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that he's like, oh, you look gay. No, I don't mean like that. I mean like, no. He did all of this and then posed. And got someone took a picture of him doing it too. That shit seemed intentional. That's gay as shit. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say for today. Well, not for today. But yeah, for right now. It's just the Epstein files are some crazy bunch. Also, check out my new short that I put out. I think you guys would like it.